Mapagpalang araw po, ano? Tayo po'y mag-aral sa batas. Tama-tama si Congressman Jerbil ng First District ng Batangas. Siya po ang sa House. Nagde-deliver ng impeachment. Ay yung pinagtatalakayan ng impeachment kay VP Sara. Ngayon, ang ating pakikinggan yung pag-aaral tungkol sa abogado niya. Abogado ni VP Sara, napakarami. Pero may question po yung Congressman Gidon na Radon sa Bicol Party List. Dalawa sa kanyang question na abogado yan na po natin ang magpaliwag ng totoong abogado. Si Congressman Jerbil ng Batangas. Okay, pakinggan po natin siya.
Congresswoman Luistro, good morning po. Christian at Doris sa DZMM.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning, Doris. Good morning, Christian. And thank you for...
Dito po tayo sa DZMM Teleradyo, yung ang tawag dito, Tandem ng Bayan. Yan. Title nito, Tandem ng Bayan. Pero yan nag-area sa DZMM ng Teleradyo. Okay, pakinggan natin.
Congresswoman Luistro, good morning po. Christian at Doris sa DZMM.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning, Doris. Good morning, Christian. And thank you for having me dito sa Tambayang Bayan. Tandem po ng bayan, ma'am.
Pero pwede rin po kayo tumambay kung gusto po ninyo.
Actually, ikaw po, ma'am, ikaw ang tambay lagi kasi nagpapaunlak ka lagi sa
Yes.
amin.
So, sukin natin si Kong Jerbil, di ba?
Tandem ng bayan.
Thank you, Kong.
Ako yung tambay sa tandem ng bayan.
Yes, suking guest natin si Kong Jerbil.
Suke.
Opo. Ang latest dito, Kong, sa kaso nga po ng impeachment kay VP Sara, ay may nilabas na po ang kanyang kampo na listahan ng kanyang mga abogado na magre-represent sa kanya sa impeachment proceedings. Pero
mga debate nga ito.
ang haba ng listahan.
16.
16. Oo. Pero Kong Jerbil, may mga kasamahan po kayo sa Kongreso na umaalma dahil nga po may conflict of interest daw po para doon sa ilang mga abogado ni VP Sara, particularly si Attorney Michael Powa at si Attorney Munsaya, na mga dating opisyal ng OVP at ng DepEd. Ano po may magiging epekto nga po ba yung kanilang presence as part ng legal team ng VP Sara going to the impeachment proceedings?
Well, Christian, this is from the point of view of a chairperson, no? I wish to express the significance of the issue raised by some members of the House, to be specific, si Ko.
Okay, second district po pala, si Representative Jerbil Luistro. Kasi nasabi ko kanina, first district ng Batangas. Second district pala siya ng Batangas. Okay, correction lang po yun. Okay, tuloy natin.
A chairperson, no? I wish to express the significance of the issue raised by some members of the House, to be specific, si Congressman Redon. I saw his interview at ang sabi niya dito, they cannot be a witness and a lawyer at the same time, no? So, ano ba yung pinupunto niya dito? Sa ilalim ng batas, meron tayong tinatawag na privileged communication. Meaning, ang pinag-usapan ng isang abogado at ng kliyente ay protektado ng batas at hindi mo yan pwedeng isiwalat even in court, no? That is actually considered as an argument in order to evade the possibility of testifying before the court, or that includes the Justice Committee, no? So dito sa puntong to, kung abogado ng respondent si Michael Powa at si Attorney Munsaya, Attorney Powa and Attorney Munsaya, kung abogado sila ng Vice President, it means that they can raise the defense of privileged communication. That whatever information they receive in the attorney-client relationship between the VP and themselves, no? Ang hindi natin pwedeng hingin sa kanila sa harap ng Justice Committee. Well, we are raising this concern because nakita natin ito during the 2024 investigation of the Good Government Committee, yung Blue Ribbon ng House, that at the very least, persons of interest, si Attorney Monsayak at saka si Attorney Powa, no? May mga portions ng investigation doon which actually show the direct participation of these two as officials either of DepEd or OVP or at least as associates of the Vice President, no? So, kung tatawagin sila, for example, ng prosecutor to the witness stand, either as hostile witness, kahit as hostile witness, no? Kasi nga, they're associated to the respondent, no? We're seeing the possibility na baka magka-issue dun sa rule ng privileged communication. And that is why, as sabi ni Congressman Ridon, they cannot be a witness and a lawyer at the same time.
So, kailangan pumili sila.
Yeah. Yun. That is the point of Kong Ridon. Mahalaga ang magiging testimonya ni Attorney Monsayak at ni Attorney Powa. At if they will be allowed to enter their appearance as lawyer as well, no? The possibility is, pag tinawag sila ng prosecutor to the witness stand, they will raise the argument of privileged communication in order to spare them from giving their testimony. No? That's a possibility. But actually, Christian, Doris, the decision will belong to the Justice Committee. If they will object to the entry of appearance dito sa nitong dalawa sa case ni VP Sara, and this will be unanimously supported by the Justice members, we might deny their entry of appearance, at least these two, no? Kasi may issue nga. Pero kung iaalaw naman ito ng majority ng Justice members, well, let us always remember it's the majority that rules in the Justice Committee. No?
So, ibig sabihin
But
po,
at least, yeah.
Apo, yung
Yes,
final po na 16 na isinumiting listahan ng VP Sara, hindi pa pala yun final kasi nabanggit po ninyo kung pagbobotohan pa rin po yan ng komite. Isasalain pa rin po yan.
Christian, at least with respect dito kay
Sa
Attorney
dalawa.
Monsayak
Okay.
at saka kay Attorney Powa, that will be a possibility. Kasi especially if Congressman Ridon is already discussing that publicly, no? And he is a justice member, so I anticipate siya mismo ang magre-raise niyan, no? Na he might object to the entry of appearance of these two, and if this will be supported by the majority, well, the possibility is their entry might be denied, no? Kung hindi naman susuportahan si Congressman Ridon ng majority ng justice members, let us remember, if the majority that rules, then the committee might allow them. Pero at least what we said earlier is an explanation behind the sentiment and the argument of Congressman Ridon. Where is he coming from? Bakit ba niya nire-raise yung conflict of interest na yon? It's because nga of the possibility na patetestifayin sila, hihingin yung testimony nila because somehow they are part of the process in the OVP and the DepEd, specifically with respect to the alleged misuse of confidential funds. And if this happens at lawyer pa rin sila ng Vice President, baka biglang ma-raise yung privileged communication that all information received by the lawyer from her client cannot be divulged, even in courts of law.
Kung pakipaliwanag nga po, binanggit ninyo yung hostile witness. Ano ibig sabihin po nun?
Pag sinabing hostile witness, we consider them as siding to the respondent, no? But nevertheless, because of the significance of their participation, even the prosecution might be prompted to offer them to testify in the presentation of their evidence as hostile witness. Ibig sabihin ng hostile witness, supposed to be witness ito nung kabila. Pero because of the significance ng kanilang testimony, the prosecution is also offering them as part of their evidence, they will be presented as hostile witness.
Kailan po kayo ulit mag-convene po ang House Justice Committee para talakayin na po ito?
Actually,
Opo.
Actually, Christian, we issued a notice already for our
Mhm.
hearing on March 18. That will be March 18 is
Yeah,
our last
Wednesday.
session day,
Opo.
no? We actually take advantage of this opportunity na magkaroon ng hearing at least to address the preliminary matters before we proceed to the hearing proper, no? Saka let us take note na after March 18 recess na yan. So
Oo nga
Yes.
po
it will
eh.
be- the congressmen will be going to the respective districts. Some are in Mindanao, some are in Visayas. It will be challenging for the Justice Committee to gather all of them, no?
Oo.
In one meeting, be it informal or formal. So we opted to hold one hearing before we take a recess. That will be March 18 para mapag-usapan namin yung ground rules na gagamitin dito sa hearing proper which will start on April 8.
Ah, okay.
Oo, pag-usapan namin
Oo.
yung preliminary matters before the
Oo.
hearing proper. Like we received a letter already from Kong Cheljok, no? This is for the transfer of custody of
Opo.
Romil
Yun nga
Madriaga.
po, oo.
Yeah, and I saw although I have not confirmed from the Justice Committee, I saw also from the news na parang may mga motions na rin na na-file for the issuance of subpoena.
Mm.
No? So itong mga ganitong usapin ay aming pag-uusapan na before we take a recess. And that is why we will be holding a hearing on March 18.
Opo,
Okay.
speaking of
That
Kanino,
is,
ay, nakaninong
Yeah.
kustodiya po si Ramil Madriaga na allegedly daw nga po ay bagman
Bagman.
ni VP Sara.
what I believe, Doris, may kaso siya. Diba? May kaso siya. He has a
Opo.
pending case. And he is currently detained by the BJNP. As to where exactly, I'm not very sure.
Sa Camp Bagong
So
Diwa
in
po
other
ata.
words,
Mhm.
Camp Bagong Diwa.
Opo.
Ito initial reaction ko lang doon sa request ni Kong Cheljok, no. Hindi namin pwede basta pakialma ng custody ni Ramil Madriaga because he is under the custody of the court. As
Mhm.
much as we wanted to secure his safety
Opo.
from the alleged threat to his life, considering that he is being postured or proposed as the star witness of the complainant, gusto namin siyang proteksyonan. But the thing is, the jurisdiction belongs to the court,
Opo.
no? Kasi may pending case siya eh.
Opo.
So, ang
Ah,
jurisdiction
okay.
nasa sa court. And that is why
Mm.
pag-uusapan namin ito sa Justice Committee on March 18, what is the best thing to do for us, the Justice Committee, considering na may alleged threat, we need to protect the
Mm.
safety of the
Mhm.
witness. Meron namang protective custody actually ang House of Representatives eh.
Yes.
But the
Oo.
problem is, Ramil Madriaga has a pending case, which means that the jurisdiction belongs to the court where the case is being heard.
Pero
no?
pwede po bang
So,
makipag-usap ang Kongreso sa Korte Suprema or sa
Oo.
courts po para magkaroon ng arrangement? May ganun na bang mga kaso before kung na
what
Kongreso ang hawak ng custody?
kasi pagka merong case sa court, you have to do it by way of motion, no?
Mhm.
And how can we move? How can we file a motion? We are not a party to that.
Yes.
Are we going to the extent of filing a motion to intervene? Are we a party in interest? I don't think so.
Mhm.
So ang iniisip ko lang, perhaps reach out through the clerk of court of the branch where this is pending, and let's see kung anong magiging reaction ng court dito. But what is certain for me is, we cannot act motu proprio.
Opo.
Hindi kami pwede mag-decide on our own with respect to the request for transfer of custody by Congressman Sel Jokno with respect to Ramil Madriaga because the jurisdiction over Ramil Madriaga belongs to the court
Opo,
and not to the House of Representatives.
Opo, lalo pa po at binabanggit ng ilang mga abogado ni VP Sara na parang tanim witness itong si Madriaga. Baka lalo
Madriaga.
maging mainit din yung kanyang
Oo nga
kampo
eh.
sa mismong komite kung magkukusa ang komite na gumawa ng hakbang para mabigay sa Kongreso ang kustodiya ni Madriaga.
We acknowledge the significance of that, Christian. No? Kailangan talaga ma-secure ang safety ni Madriaga. But of course, we have to do it subject to the existing rules of procedure and subject to existing law. And the thing is, we have a separation of power. Remember that. Iba ang judiciary, iba ang legislative, iba ang executive. Right
Correct.
now, it is very clear that the jurisdiction over Ramil Madriaga belongs to the court. So,
Opo. Pero pwede
But of
tayong
course,
pwede po tayong humirit kung
if the court will allow us, yes. If the court will allow us, yes. What I'm trying to point out, Doris, hindi pwedeng tayo ang mag-decide.
Ayan.
It should be with the conformity of the court.
Okay.
We can request perhaps through the clerk of court, but there should be an order that must come from the court.
Alright. Okay.
At least sa puntong yon,
Mm-mm.
alam natin kung ano ang mga pwedeng gawin ng Kongreso as an action at kung hanggang saan lang yung limitations na pwede nilang gawin ibig sa in relation dito nga sa kaso ni Madriaga. So April 8 kung magkikita-kita po ulit tayo dyan sa Kamara para po sa pagpapatuloy po ng proceedings ng House Justice Committee.
Yeah. March 18, that will
18
be
pa lang.
our hearing this coming Wednesday before we take a recess. And then the April 8,
Ayun,
that is
April
being considered as the first schedule of our hearing proper.
Oh, Mac, ako last na lang. Ano po ba ang nasit-sit nyo dyan? Ano ba ang namarites ninyo tungkol doon sa excise tax? Di ba? Sinabi
Certified
nila,
as urgent
oo.
na eh.
So,
Yeah.
mapuputuhan po ba yan bago kayo magbakasyon?
Well, we still have 3 session days left, no, before we take a recess. We acknowledge the urgency of the suspension of the excise tax. Ito yung subject matter ng ating emergency power to be granted to the President. And of course, ramdam na natin ang mabilis na pagtaas, ang dramatic na
Super.
pagtaas ng presyo ng petroleum products. Ngayon lang, naggasolina ako. Nasasak ako sa presyo, diba? So I think this is a matter that needs to be voted upon before we take a recess. So
Request pa lang.
because of the urgency, tingin ko naman, the members of the House will be supporting the bill which proposed for the grant of emergency power, specifically the suspension of the implementation of excise tax to these petroleum products.
Apo, mabalik lang ako last lang kung ano ba magiging scenario natin sa April 8 po kapag nag-start na nga po yung mismong impeachment proceedings. Are we expecting VP Sara to attend?
Kagaya ng napag-usapan natin before, Christian, no? We will definitely invite her, but as to whether she will come or otherwise, that will be her prerogative. Iimbitahan. Pero choice na yon kung dadating siya o hindi.
At pwede po mga abogado niya na lang muna ang pumunta kung hindi niya pipiliing pumunta po doon.
That is another matter to be discussed, no? Kasi under the rules, it should be the justice members only who will be participating in the proceedings before the Justice Committee. And if ever there are lawyers, their participation is limited to assisting the parties. If the party is not present, how will you assist him?
Ayun, kung pumunta po siya, umapir si VP Sara,
Kasi sabi, willing naman daw sila
Oo.
humarap.
pero hindi naman sumasagot. Mako-contempt ba yun?
We do not want to preempt what will happen with the hearing proper.
Abangan na lang
Masyado
natin.
kayong matanong.
Abangan na lang, magkita-kita na lang tayo sa March 18 at sa April 8
Oo.
para malaman
Kasi
natin.
ako, from my end as the Justice Chair, I'm really hoping for an orderly, organized proceeding with an ample observance to the principle of due process for all the parties concerned in this impeachment case, the complainant, the witnesses, and most especially the Vice President as our respondent.
Ayun.
No?
Okay po. Oh, maraming salamat po. Happy Friday po. Happy weekend. Salamat po.
Maraming salamat
Thank
po.
you. Happy Friday sa Tandem ng Bayan.
Yan!
So, nakapag-aral tayo ng batas, ha? Lagi sinasabi ni Congressman na 2nd District ng Batangas, ayon sa batas. Natawa ko doon sa Dole kung ate nga hindi naman sasagot. Nangyari sa 19th Congress po yon. Umate siya, hindi nga siya sumasagot. Ang bira, oh. Alam niyo, yung si Sara, akala mo siyang presidente. Oh, ganun siyang umasta. Na, pangit ang paghugali. Pag tinawag ka sa anumang hearing, dapat umaten ka at sumagot ka. Eh, siya hindi. Hindi, nang pinanunumpa siyang ganon, ayaw niya sumumpa eh. Wala, kabastusan, bastos. Itong anak ni Duterte ito, ni matandang Duterte na nakakulong ngayon sa dahig. Okay lang yan, makulong siya eh. Meron naman siyang pinatay eh. Meron siya bang pinagnakawan. Pinatay niya, pinagnakawan, kapwa niya Pilipino. Dapat lang magbayad siya kahit na 80 na siya. Ang batas, walang pinipiling edad. Tandaan niyo po yan. Kasi kung may pinipiling edad, ibig sabihin, pag may senior citizen ka na, hindi pumatay ka, Total, senior citizen naman ako eh. Ganun ba yun? O magnakaw ka. Pag nahuli ka, kasuhan ka, sabi mo, senior citizen na ako eh. Oh. Hindi ang batas. Hanggat humihinga ka, dapat magbayad ka kung may inutang ka. Lalo na yung sa tatay niya. Pagpatay, pag nanakaw sa mga Pilipino. Ano pa? Drug lord ng mga drogas. Oh. Sino may sabi yan? Yung mga DDS niya ng state witness. Sila nagbooking. Kaya at least natuto tayo. Ang akin lang, binigyan tayo ng Diyos ng tamang utak. Pagdating sa 2020, gamitin natin yung tamang utak na yan. Piliin ninyo yung mga kandidato na matino. Tandaan nyo po yan, walang bakas ng pagnanakaw ng pera ng taong bayan. Walang bakas ng pagpatay ng kanyang kapwa Pilipino. Yan lang, yan dalawang yan, napakahalagang elemento yan. Pagpipili kayo ng kandidato ninyo. Huwag kayong pipili ng mga kandidato ni Satanas. Huwag. Kasi pag pinili nyo kandidato ni Satanas, ibig sabihin, miyembro din kayo ni Satanas. Ganun lang yon. Church of Satan. Sa US, meron ganyan. Church of Satan. Nakita ko yan. Sige, ganito na lamang inyong kaibigan Jesus, Brother Manny Bautista. Dito po sa natuto tayo ng batas. Congressman Jerbil Luistro, 2nd District ng Batangas. God bless us all. Bye.